Ms. Natasha Nzingo, the Client Engagement and Mining Engineering Officer of the Impact Facility. If you're in the room, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'm present. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, you're welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, distinguished leaders, colleagues, and friends of women in mining Africa. My name is Natasha Nzingo, and I am a mining engineer and a proud representative of the Impact Facility. And as a young mining engineer, I remember my first experience visiting an artisanal and small scale gold mine, and I was truly humbled and inspired. I was surprised by the number of women just working very hard, and if not harder than the men that were present, without intimidation, and they were determined to provide for their children. And this experience has shaped my belief that mining must create opportunity, not just for a few people, but for everyone. And it's because of this that I am truly honored to share in this historic moment as Women in Mining Africa. Your action plan for 2025 to 2030 has already now been brought to validation. And we, as at the Impact Facility, we have a very simple mission. We transform mineral wealth into community prosperity. And we have programs in Kenya and in Tanzania where we are working with gold miners, and in the Democratic Republic of Congo where we work with artisanal cobalt miners. And it's because of this that we deeply resonate with your action plan, specifically Agenda 6, where we're talking about research and data hub. And for too long, women in mining have remained invisible in statistics and in policy making. And without data, their contributions are undervalued. Without evidence, their struggles are overlooked. And in your Agenda 6, it promises to change this by building a continental hub for gender responsive mining research, equipping governments, companies, communities with the evidence that they need to design smarter policies, direct investments more effectively, and to measure real impact. And what this essentially means is that women's roles will be mapped across the value chain. You will produce like the baseline data on host communities. You will generate insights that can inform on ESG standards and trade opportunities. And with research, it's not a side activity; it's actually the backbone of transformation. And what's also equally exciting about the Women in Africa's Action Plan is the multi-mineral beneficiation laboratories and the regional hubs. These are knowledge ecosystems. If you imagine with me a young woman in Sierra Leone who is learning about diamond polishing, and she has the same access to training as a young woman in Tanzania who's mastering Tanzanite processing, right? And they're turning all these precious stones into world-class jewelry, and it's increasing the pride of her community into, this is what the global markets are experiencing. If you imagine with me that researchers, cooperatives, policymakers will be using these labs to test, to innovate, to expand Africans' value chain. And as a mining engineer and as a woman, and I'm still walking in this path, I know that transformation is not just about minerals, it's about the people, especially women. It's about us being seen, being valued, being equipped to lead. And so, on behalf of the Impact Facility, I'd like to congratulate the Women in Mining Africa for chartering such a bold and visionary course. Your action plan is bringing together critical standards like there's ESG, there's climate resilience, there's cooperative development, there's digital advocacy, and all this, you're bringing them into a single continental framework for change. And so we would like to wish Women in Africa Mining and all your chapters and your partners every success and meaningful impact over the next 5 years as you bring this plan to life. Let us turn Africans' minerals into wealth. Let's turn them into opportunity, into equality, and into lasting prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Natasha, for your contribution. We are grateful. Our next speaker, whom I'll bring forward, is Miss Christy Disney Buckney, the